So is a interface is a collection of abstract members. Interface is a collection of abstract members. That means by default interface members are public and abstract. By default interface members are public and abstract. So interface is a collection of abstract members. By default interface members are public and abstract. Means you don't require to mention abstract keyword, you don't require to mention access modifier called public. By default access modifier of an interface member will be public, and by default they are abstract members. Abstract members means which will not have any implementation, which will have only declaration. Due to that reason you can say interface looks like a class but has no implementation. No implementation. Looks like a class but no implementation, because no implemented member will be there. All the members are abstract members. Abstract members means those members we should implement within the derived class. Interface members should implement within the derived class without using override keyword. You don't require to override keyword. Override keyword. To define interface, we have to use interface keyword. Syntax interface name and it's a collection of abstract members. It's a collection of abstract members. By default those interface members are abstract members. So here one important point is interface name should start with capital I. Interface name should start with capital I. Interface name should start with capital I. For example, I college, I student, interface names. Coding standards. According to coding standard we have to follow this. Okay, so that means very simple. Yesterday we have seen what is abstract. Yesterday we have seen abstract class. What is the abstract class?
Abstract class is a collection of both abstract members and non-abstract members.
Right. Before abstract class we have seen non-abstract class. Non-abstract class means concrete class. We call it as a concrete class. Then what do you mean by concrete class?
The concrete class is a collection of non-abstract members or normal members.
Means?
Normal members, yeah.
Class.
Concrete class is a fully implemented class. Concrete class is a fully implemented class because it will not have any abstract members. All the members will be implemented in that class only. Abstract class is a partially implemented class. Partially means some implemented members are there, some declared members are there. The declared members are nothing but abstract members. And interface is a non-implemented class. It has no implementation. Why it has no implementation? Because all the members are
Abstract members.
These abstract members we should implement within the derived class. We should implement within the derived class. So final conclusion is concrete class is a normal class, is a fully implemented class. Number two, abstract class is a partially implemented class. Interface is a non-implemented class. No implementation in this class. It is a class, looks like a class, but it is no implementation because by default all the members are abstract members. Abstract members means non-implemented members. These you should implement within the derived class. So yeah, interface is a collection of abstract members. That means by default interface members are public and abstract. Interface looks like a class but has no implementation. Interface members should implement within the derived class without using override keyword. Without using override keyword, not required override keyword. To define interface, to define interface, hello?
Yes, sir.
To define interface, you can observe in between.
Yes, sir.
To define interface, we should use what interface keyword. We should use interface keyword. Hello. Right. Okay, guys. So finally, what I'm doing, I'm sending this to you people. All the statements what we discussed. Right. Again, interface is a collection of abstract members, and by default interface members are public and abstract. Looks like a class, but it has no implementation. Interface members should implement within the derived class without using override keyword. To define interface, we have to use interface keyword, and interface name should start with the capital I. Capital I. And now I have some questions. Can I have fields in interface?
No.
No. Why? Why?
Fields cannot be abstract.
Very good. Next, can I have constructors in interface?
No.
Can I have constructors in interface? Answer is no. Why? Why? Because constructors cannot be abstract. Okay. Yes. Can I define a method in abstract class in interface?
No.
No.
It will have a
Define, but we can't.
no, it's not definition, it's called a declaration. Whatever you are doing is declaration. So you cannot define a method in interface. Define means implement. Can I implement a method? Can I implement a method? Otherwise, instead of define, you can say implement. Can I implement a method in interface? Answer is no. Can I implement a property?
No.
No, sir.
Can I implement a property in interface? Answer is what? No. Because you can have only method declaration and property declaration. Property declaration, because by default they are what? Abstract. Where you can implement within
Derived class.
you can implement the derived class. Okay, so that is the story. So this is also important point. I have sent some points whatever I have written here. Did you receive?
Yes.
Yeah, again now I have sent this also to you, all the people. And one more important point is, can I create an object for interface?
No, we can create an object for reference.
Yes. Can I create a reference variable?
Yes.
Answer is what? Yes. Why? You can create a reference variable to achieve dynamic
Dynamic polymorphism.
polymorphism.
Dynamic polymorphism.
Right, right. Yeah. Now, can I have static members in interface? Can I have static members in interface?
No. No.
Answer is no. Why? Because static members cannot be abstract members.
Abstract.
You cannot declare a static member as abstract, right? Okay, so that is the story. Next to, yeah, how to achieve multiple inheritance in C#.NET.
Using the interface.
Yes, answer is using interface. With the help of interface, we can achieve what? Multiple inheritance. Okay, total whatever we discussed now, I'm sending A to Z. I'm sending to chart. Yes. Go through it all of you guys fast. Make it fast. First point is what? Interface is a collection of abstract members. That means default interface members are public and means by declaring interface member by default which can contain only abstract members.
Abstract numbers.
No implemented normal member, only abstract members. But you don't require to use abstract keyword. By default, interface members are abstract. Next, interface looks like a class, but it has no implementation. The meaning of this statement is it will have abstract members only. Abstract members means only declared members. You will not have any implemented member. That's why it looks like a class. But in that class, there is no implementation. No implemented members are there. That's why it has no implementation. Third point is interface members should implement within the derived class. Interface members should implement within the derived class without using override keyword. See, abstract members generally you should implement in the derived class by using override keyword. It was there in the abstract class concept. But in this concept, you don't require to use override keyword in derived class. To define interface, we have to use interface keyword like interface name, open the brace, and members. Interface name should start with capital I. For example, I college, I student. So can I have fields in interface? No, because field cannot be abstract. A field cannot be abstract. Can I have constructor interface? Answer is no, because constructor cannot be abstract. Constructor cannot be what? Abstract. Okay. So any voice interface. Answer is what? Yes or no? No.
No.
Reason is what? Because a field cannot be abstract. We cannot have a abstract field. Yesterday we have checked it in abstract class concept. Can I have a constructor interface? Answer is no. Because constructor also cannot be abstract. Can I implement a method in interface? No. Because
No.
you can declare a method. You can declare a method, but you cannot define a method in interface. Can I implement a property in interface? No, because you can declare a property. You cannot implement a property. Property should be implemented within the derived class. Can I create an object for interface? Answer is what? No. Can I create a reference variable? Yes. Can I have static members in interface? No, because static members cannot be abstract member. How to achieve multiple inheritance in .NET with the help of a concept called interfaces. So all of you guys, have you gone through all the points?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, sure, because you should be able to continuously has to speak about all the points. Should remember, okay, because when you are implementing interface concept, every point is a rule. Okay, right. Now let's see small example here. Can I implement a single inheritance with the help of abstract interface? Single inheritance.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Supporting, if it is supporting multiple inheritance means it is supporting all inheritances. Main specialty is what? Multiple inheritance is not possible by using classes. It is possible with the help of what you know, interfaces. Okay. Right. Y also will come in future. Y it is supporting also will come in future. Okay. So when you are implementing interfaces, you can achieve any inheritance. Means either you can go with single inheritance, you can go with the multi-level inheritance, and you can go with the multiple inheritance, hybrid inheritance, hierarchical inheritance. Okay, first we'll do one thing. We'll go with the single inheritance. Single inheritance means what? Single inheritance means you will have how many superclasses?
One.
One superclass, one subclass.
Now you can see interface example 1. In this I'm declaring yeah, interface I 1. I my interface 1. Right. Now you can observe property. I'm declaring a property. Property. What is the name of the property here?
A.
Did I use any abstract keyword?
No.
No.
Because by default they are abstract.
Abstract.
Did I mention anywhere access modifier? No. Why? Because by default access modifier is
Public.
Abstract and public.
public. Void show. Now show is what method?
Public method.
Abstract method.
Abstract method. Abstract method. I didn't mention. It has only declaration. It cannot have what definition. Can I have a normal method? Can I have a normal method in the interface?
No.
No. You cannot have a normal method. You can have only abstract members. Abstract members will contain only declaration. Declaration.
Abstract.
Definitions will be within the
Derived.
derived class. Class DC. If you have a doubt also you can check it. You can have a doubt. Suppose into X is a variable compilation. You will get an error. Interface cannot contain fields. Okay. Now you can check like this. Okay. You can check. You can go with a like a, yeah, my interface one means a constructor because it contain a constructor. Compilation interface cannot contain constructors, and now you can check with the methods. Right, let's say public. I'm going to implement a normal method. Void display, public void display. It's a normal method. Yeah, public is not a valid item, not required to mention. Suppose I didn't mention public also. Here I am not declaring the method. I am implementing the method. Display interface member cannot have a definition. Cannot have a definition. You cannot implement a method in interface. Interface members cannot have a definition. So you can check all these things. But up to here we are implemented a concept called what? Interface. Okay. Right. Now, hello. Yeah. Now we are going for derived class. class DC colon I my interface 1. Up to here it is what inheritance?
Single inheritance.
Single inheritance. Now comment is implementing interface members within derived class without using override keyword. Okay, how it will be. So here what should be there? I want to implement a property. But if you want to implement a property, first you need to have a variable. And variable is okay. A now property. Property means you should define the property now. Access modifier here at the time of implementation, access modifier is required or not required?
Required.
Required.
Required. If required, what should be the access modifier?
Internal.
Public.
That is a point here. Suppose you define a access modifier like this. Internal into property name is what? X. Okay guys. X I A na? A. I'm sorry. A. A. Yeah. Get. Get. Return. Return A. Set A equal to value. It's a property. Property. Next to method. Method public void. What is the method name? Show. Show. So method also I'm writing internal. We'll see. Internal. Internal void show console dot write line show is calling. Now you guys you can observe. Now this is so you are implementing a abstract property and abstract method in the deleted class. My question is generally here we need to use override keyword. Here required or not required?
Not required.
Not required. Okay. Okay. Now you see compilation. It's giving compile time error. It's giving compile time and error. Okay, implement an interface member because it is not public. It is not public. Interface, it is not public. Cannot implement an interface member because it is not public. Means here, what is that? Here, what is that? Okay, guys. Here, by default, all these members access modifier is what public, but you declared as what internal. Internal. Instead of that, you have to go with what public. Here we should go with what public because when indirectly you can say interface concept means you are implementing what?
Abstract.
No. By default, actually you are implementing a concept called overriding. Whenever you are implementing overriding concept, see whether it is in abstract class concept or interface concept, two concepts are implementing what concept? Overriding. Can I overriding? It's a concept. Behind concept is overriding. A member which you declared in superclass, you are implementing in the derived class. In overriding, what is the main point? Access modifier, return type, method name, signature. Everything should be same to same from superclass,
Same.
subclass. Here by default, these members access modifier is what? Public. Public. Here you are implementing. While implementing, it should be also
Public.
it should be also public.
Public.
So, public. That is the concept. Okay, guys. Right now, yeah. Now you can see class program, class program, reference variable from interface. I my interface one, obj equal to new. Suppose I'll try to create an object for interface. Let's see what will happen. Compilation. It's giving an error. Cannot create an instance of the abstract class or interface. Okay, we cannot create. You cannot create. You have to create from which class? Derived class. Derived class. And obj dot a equal to 100. Console dot write line a value is obj dot a. Obj dot show method. Obj dot show method. Yeah. Obj dot show method and console dot what is that? Read line. Console dot read line. Okay, so this is the concept. Here you are implementing what inheritance with the help of interface concept. What
Single inheritance.
single inheritance. Compilation and execution. You can also. A value is 100 and show is calling. So this is called single inheritance. Let's try with multiple inheritance with the help of interface concept. Interface example 2. I my interface 1 and or else I I interface 1. Let's see some methods here. Void int void display. Right. Next one more interface. Interface 2 void show. Right. Here how many interfaces we have? 2.
2.
I interface 1 has 2 methods. I interface 2 has 1 method. DC colon I interface 1 comma I interface 2. I interface 2. Implementing interface members within the derived class. When you are implementing, what is that? First two, I interface 1 print and display, let's say public void print console dot write line. Print is calling. Print is calling. Right. Print is calling. Public void next method. Public void display. Console dot write line. Display is calling. Display is calling. And public void. I think last method is show. Console dot write line show is calling. Show is calling. Okay. So all the members, but it is what inheritance?
Multiple inheritance. Multiple inheritance.
1, 2, more than 1. Multiple inheritance. Now you can see I my interface 1, you can observe I interface 1 obj 1 equal to new DC. So it's a reference variable. Reference variable from first interface or second interface?
First interface.
Now you can actually total number of methods, how many are there in the DC class, implemented members in DC class?
3. 3.
The among 3 first 2 are coming from
Interface 1.
interface 1. Second, third method is coming from
Interface 2.
interface 2. Okay. Now you can observe obj1 dot obj1 dot, you are getting only two methods you can observe. One is display method, another one is print method.
Print.
But which is what method is not coming?
Show.
Why?
So
Because we have defined the declared the reference variable as interface 1.
Interface 1. Interface 1 reference variable. That's why only you are able to access interface 1 members. Okay. Right. obj1 dot display obj1 dot print. Okay. But now I want to access show method. What shall I do?
interface 2 obj2
Equal to interface 2 obj2 equal to
new.
Should typecast.
very good, excellent point. Generally immediately we'll get a doubt here. We will create again object for what? New DC. But actually already object is there. Here object is already created here. Yes or no? Object is not a problem. Again if you will create object unnecessary create. But only problem with what? Reference variable. That's the reason instead of creating one more time object, use that object address here. Already obj1 is pointing to this object. Now that address of the object passed to here. Then this also pointing to the same object. For that reason, you can say obj1. You can say obj1. But actually obj1. obj1, but when you are obj1 is of type, which type variable it is?
Interface 1.
obj2 is a type of which variable?
Interface 2.
Generally into a equal to s is a string variable. Into a equal to s is a string variable. What you will do in this case? You will go for typecasting. Typecasting. Here also same problem. Typecasting. Okay. Can I achieve this typecasting with the help of parsing?
No.
Converting.
No, sir.
Converting is possible, Girish? No.
No.
No. You cannot convert. It's not a, you can. See, parsing and converting are explicit only. See, first to check implicit, not possible. Explicit. Explicit first technique is parsing. Possible?
No.
Which will support primitive types. Okay, interface 1 and 2 are not primitive types, which are your types, our user defined types.
Explicit interfacing. Boxing and boxing.
Boxing and unboxing. Third typecasting technique is there. Whenever parsing and converting is not possible, then go with what? Boxing and unboxing. In this, whether you remember the syntax or not, I2 type.
Interface 1.
I2 type means what? Interface 1. Interface 1. That concept now came into the picture. Interface 1 kadamma. Sorry, interface 2. Interface 2. Because whether you remembered or not, data type, syntax of boxing, 2 data type, 2 variable, 2 data type is interface 2. 2 variable is interface 2 variable type of 2 data type from variable. From variable. Boxing unboxing syntax I have given on that day. I said in future situation will demand us to use this concept. Whenever implicit typecasting is not possible, we will go with explicit typecasting. In explicit typecasting, we have three techniques: parsing, converting, boxing and unboxing. Whenever implicit typecasting is not possible, in explicit, first try with parsing. Using parsing, we can convert from only string to other primitive type. Whenever particular type conversion is not possible with parsing, go with converting. Using converting, we can convert from any primitive type to any other primitive type. Whenever particular type conversion is not possible, even though with converting, means it's not a primitive type. Interface 1, interface 2 are not primitive type. That's why we have to go with what? Boxing and unboxing. In boxing and unboxing syntax is two type, two variable, two type from variable. Right. Clear? So what is happening, I'll explain to you here. Here reference variable is created. You can observe. That reference variable name is obj1. obj1. obj1 is of which type variable? Interface?
Interface 1.
Interface
Here it is
1.
object. It is object. Whose object? It is DC. DC object is pointing by this variable. The address is 1010. 1010. 1010. Okay, now here what you have done, you have created one more variable called obj2. obj2 equal to obj1 means this 1010 will be assigned here. So what will happen? This variable also pointing to the same object, and this object will I'm sorry. Two variables are pointing to the same object. That is the reason. Here you can access now. You can see obj2 dot show. obj2 dot show. So your display method, your print method, your show method is calling. Display, print and show method is calling. Okay. Now one more question is there here. One more point is, can I inherit a combination of multiple interfaces and single class?
Yes, sir.
Can I inherit a combination of multiple inheritance and a single class? Means, let's say two interfaces and one single class I want to inherit. For example, you see here one example I'll show you. How many interfaces we have?
Two interfaces.
Class BC. Class BC. How many classes we have? One.
Two classes.
Two interfaces, one class. No, super I am talking about super. BC. Now I want to inherit interface 1, interface 2 and class also I want to inherit. Can I inherit like this?
No.
Yes, sir.
First we have to inherit class.
The question is, can I inherit a combination of multiple interview question? Multiple interfaces and a single class.
Yes, sir. First we have to inherit the class. And
the answer is yes.
In the class we can.
Yes, you can do it, but it will throw an error. What is error? Base class BC must come before any interfaces. Why? Why the reason is? What is the reason? Because here it is called which inheritance?
Multiple
inheritance.
But is class will support multiple inheritance? No.
No.
Whenever you are doing this type of inheritance, first you do one thing, inherit first class. First you inherit what? Class. When you inherit first class, that is called which inheritance? Single
inheritance.
Now then go with what? Interfaces. Now you can implement and you can go with interfaces. Why you are getting error? Because in main method we have written some code. Now you see. Compilation. No issues. Rebuild all succeeded. So that is the answer. Interview question. What is that? Yes. but first we should inherit class, then interfaces. We should inherit class, then interfaces. Now a big question is when we will go for interface. When we will go for abstract class, when we will go for
Whenever we want to declare.
1 minute, concrete class, right? Yeah, whenever we want to declare all the members in the current class, which should implement in future classes. In current class, you want to only declare the members, but want to implement all the members in future classes. Means in this class there is no implementation. Particular class we can declare it as a interface. Whenever we want to declare all members in current class, whenever we want to declare all members in current class, which we want to implement in future classes, we'll declare it as what? Interface. When we will go for abstract class, whenever we want to declare some members in current class, some members we want to implement. Means whenever we want to declare some members and some members we want to implement in current class. Means some members you want to declare, some members we want to implement in which class? Current class.
Current class.
Means some members will be abstract members, some members will be concrete members. Are you clear?
Yes.
Whenever we want to implement all members in which class?
Current class.
Current class. We'll declare it as a concrete class. So whenever you see, I'm sending all these three answers to you. Got it? Right? You see, let me show you some interfaces in .NET, especially abstract class concept, interface concept. You will understand at the time of we are working with ADO.NET. Meanwhile, you guys just check with answers. 2 minutes time. Just check with answers. Actually, you can get more clarity. Statements wise, now you can see. Practically, we can see at the time of especially ADO.NET and ASP.NET. For example, I'll show you concepts here. Right. Let me say ADO.NET concept. System.data.sql client. In this, we will use a class every day. There is a class called SQL connection to establish connection object, CONN. SQL connection, see, super class is DB connection. SQL connection is the, see, whenever you are working with the ADO.NET to establish connection, we'll use SQL connection class. It is a sealed class. Sealed class. Did we discuss it with sealed class? Hello.
Yes.
Sealed class. This class super class is DB connection. DB connection is a Abstract class.
Right.
Abstract class. And next level, you have IDB connection. You can observe IDB connection. What is it? Super. IDB connection. IDB connection is a, what is this?
Interface.
Interface. And you
Interface.
can see 3 levels here. Highest level is what? Interface. And lowest
Interface.
level class is, last class is sealed class. No, no, no.
Okay.
Here you can observe SQL connection classes we will use. Actually, whenever we want to create an object in ADO.NET connection object, we'll write the code like this. You are creating object for which class?
Sealed class.
SQL connection class. Last class. Always high top classes will be interfaces and the lowest classes will be sealed classes. Sealed class. You are creating object for sealed class. Middle level classes will be
Abstract class.
abstract class. In the same way, you will use one more data provider here. It is one data provider using system dot data dot. This concept you can understand at the time of one more data provider. Suppose you want to communicate. This is the data provider to communicate SQL Server database. Let's say it is communicating Oracle database. Suppose you are creating OLE connection CONN equal to new SQL connection. So for some databases we'll use this. This is a sealed class. And next level DB connection is the abstract class. You can observe DB connection is the super class for two classes here, SQL connection and next level is IDB connection. IDB connection. So just now you can't understand all these things, but you remember one thing. Highest level, top level class is interface, lowest level class is sealed class. Because sealed class you are using. If they didn't declare last class as a sealed class, you will try to inherit into your class. And in middle level classes are,
Abstract.
if you want to understand that beauty, first you need to understand ADO.NET concept. Even though in ASP.NET also you can see all these things. But just you remember only one thing. When we will go for interface, whenever we want to declare members in current class, which we want to implement in which classes, all members in which classes, future classes. All members want to declare here, but want to implement in derived classes will declare it as an interface. When we will go for abstract class, whenever we want to declare some members and some members we want to declare, some members we want to implement in current class, then we will go for it as a abstract class. It's a partially implemented class, non-implemented class, concrete class. Whenever we want to implement all members in the current class, called fully implemented class is what you know, concrete class. So in this concept too, main is differences between abstract class and interface. Differences between abstract class and interface. Okay. So prepare a table with two columns. Most important interview question. Generally, whenever we are writing interview, the people will ask this question. Differences between abstract class and interface. Okay. Now I'm preparing one table here. You can also prepare a table in your systems. All of you do it. Left side abstract class, right side interface. Abstract class and interface. Right. Number one, what is a keyword? Abstract. What is a keyword? Interface. This is the second point. Abstract class is a collection of
Abstract members and non-abstract members.
Abstract members and non-abstract members. Coming to your second point, collection of
only abstract members.
Only abstract members. Next, third point is by default access modifier of by default access modifier. Think twice and thrice. By default access modifier of abstract class members are private. Default access modifier of any class member is a private, right? Yeah, you forgot all these things, I think.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That is
Clearly, right.
that is catching. That is called catching. Up to date, if you are working, you can catch the things, right? It is not cinema to forget. It is your life. Okay. Right. Here, third point here. Can you guess about this third point?
Public.
By default access modifier is public.
Default access modifier of interface members is public. Fourth point is. Fourth point is what? 2 minutes.
You can have
You guys,
static members.
you
You
frame
can
all
have
the points.
static members.
All of you guys, you frame the points. You frame the points. I'm giving 2 minutes time. You frame your own points like this. Okay, guys, taken all the points. Done, na?
Yes, sir.
Got it, all the points. Right. Next. Yeah, first point is abstract keyword, interface keyword. Here, collection of abstract members and non-abstract members. Collection of abstract members. By default, access modifier of abstract class members. Abstract members are private. You can say by default access modifier of abstract class members. Abstract class members are private because by default class members access modifier is private. Here public. Fourth point. Come on.
We can implement multiple inheritance in
Okay.
abstract class.
We'll see next level. Meanwhile, low level. Next is what?
Like, we cannot declare fields, constructors.
We can have
Non-abstract
1 minute.
field and static members.
Now we can have fields,
Field.
constructors, but it should be what?
Non-abstract.
Non-abstract members.
Non-abstract. Anyhow, it is non-abstract only. Okay. Answer possible or not possible?
Not possible.
Not possible.
Interface.
Not possible. In interface, you cannot have a field and so on. Fifth one is we can have
Static members.
we can have static members. Those are what? Abstract or non-abstract?
Non-abstract.
Non-abstract. Answer is not possible. Static members are not possible. Not possible. Yes. Sixth point is
We need override keyword in the implementation in derived class.
yeah. And one more important is we can have 1 minute. We can implement a method and property. We can implement a method. We can implement a method and property. But which members those are?
Non-abstract.
Non-abstract members. We can implement a method and a property which are what? Non-abstract. Non-abstract. Okay. Right. Next what?
Multiple inheritance.
Same.
Override.
Here what? Sixth point.
Not possible.
Not possible.
Not possible.
Not possible. You cannot implement because you can only declare.
Declare.
Seventh point is okay, and within derived class, while implementing, we should use what?
Derived. Override keyword.
Override a keyword. Right here, 7th point is within derived class while implementing we should use override keyword. Here what?
Not required. No
Not,
keyword required.
Override.
not required. Not required. Not required. 8th point. 8th point. Tell me.
Does not support multiple inheritance.
Yes.
Does not support multiple.
Does not
Support.
support
It supports.
multiple
Does not support.
inheritance. Here 8th is what? Will support.
Support.
Will support
Multiple
inheritance. Will support multiple inheritance.
Support multiple inheritance.
Right. Total 8 points and so many points are there. Enough. Right. You try to remember. Yeah. What is that? What is a collection of?
Non-abstract
non-abstract numbers.
numbers.
Abstract numbers. Collection of?
Only abstract.
By default, access modifier of abstract class members are private.
Private.
It is what? Public.
Public.
Yeah. We can have fields constructor. Should be. We cannot. Not possible. We cannot have. We can have static members. Not possible. We can implement a method and a property. Here not possible. Within the derived class while implementing, we should use
Override keyword.
override keyword. Here it is what not
Okay.
does not support what multiple
Multiple inheritance.
will support what multiple inheritance.
Inherit.
In your notes also we have all these points very clearly. Try to prepare this question. It is one of the most important interview question. Frequently asking question. Very frequently the people will ask. Next, benefits of oops. What is the mean? Last point. Benefits of oops. Number one, modularity. Modularity. You are achieving modularity. Modularity means dividing the solution into multiple units. For example, you are defining a project for college, student class, employee, a student class, faculty class, like module wise. You are able to achieve this modularity with the help of class concept. Number two, number two, reusability, achieving with the help of inheritance. Whatever number you are defined in the superclass, you are able to access the subclass. Next, extensibility. Extensibility. You are extending the in superclass. You defined one method. That method you are extending in the subclass. In superclass, you defined one method, old method. That method functionality you are re-implementing in the derived class. Re-implementing means extending the functionality of that method. Extending. It is possible with the help of
Polymorphism.
polymorphism. You can say polymorphism. Fourth one is security. You are achieving with the help of
Encapsulation.
access modifiers. You can say
Abstraction.
abstraction. All these things will come under security. Okay. So finally, this is called main benefits of OOPS. Interviews, they will ask you question. You are achieving what you are achieving. You are achieving mainly modularity with the help of class, reusability with the help of inheritance, extensibility, extending the classes, extending. Already one class is there. The class in the derived class you are extending. You are extending with re-implementing all the members. Re-implementing all the members with the help of polymorphism, new implementations. So already implemented, old version is there, latest version you are implementing in the derived class. that is called extensibility. Security, help of access modifiers. You can say mainly access modifiers here. So these are the benefits of OOPS. By this, your OOPS is over, the biggest topic in our DotNet. Now we are entering into, here you can divide it into three parts, C#.NET. First, whatever you have seen is, you can say basic C#.NET, and second one you can say object-oriented programming in C#.NET. Now you can say these topics, whatever we are going to discuss, are advanced C#.NET. So nobody said about this, just for our convenience we can keep. Now we have couple of concepts. Among that, now you can discuss with exception handling mechanism, or else we can discuss with right now access. Sorry, delegates concept is there, and anyone we can discuss. So we will do one thing today. I will discuss a simple concept, which because we have less time, that's why I'm going with a concept called partial class. There is a concept called partial class. What is partial class? While defining a class, observe. While defining a class, if we used partial keyword, that class is called partial class. While defining a class, if used partial keyword, the class is called partial class. Yeah, partial class concept was introduced in .NET 2.0 version. Partial class will be splitting a single class into multiple class files. Partial class will be splitting a single class into multiple class files. A single class will be splitting into multiple class files, but class name will be same. Class files name should be different. Class files name should be different. Class files name should be different. Again, I am telling you, partial class will be splitting a single class into multiple class files. Multiple class files. It will be splitting into multiple class files, but class name will be same. Class files name should be different. Yeah. So what is a partial class concept? Vasundhara, tell me, what is partial class?
Partial class is splitting one class into different classes, more than one classes, but where the class name will be same, but the class files names will be different.
So finally you are implementing how many classes? One class or multiple classes?
Multiple classes.
No, one class only. Only one class. It is single class only, but splitting into multiple class files. Class file, what is the C#.NET class file extension?
.cs.
.cs.
Till the time we are using one class file, only one class file. Which class file we are using till the time?
Program.cs.
Now the situation is demanding.
Program.cs.
Now the situation is demanding us to use multiple class files to implement this concept. Okay. Now I'm going to show you. Then you can understand very easily. Now you can observe, guys. Now you are going with a concept called partial class. Right, you can observe. Yes. Now, in your program, in your solution, you have how many class files right now?
One
Just one.
What is it?
One
What is a class
program.
file?
program.cs.
Program.cs.
Program.cs. Program.cs. Right. Program.cs. Okay, guys. Now you observe. Did you remember how to add a new class file?
Yeah,
Yes.
right click, add.
File.
But are not remembered. Now try to learn at least. Select the project. Right click. Project. Right.
Add
Add
Project.
item.
new item,
New item.
class file.
File. This is the name class1.cs. Add. Okay. Right click. Add new item. Class2.cs. Right click. Add class3.cs.
It should be solution, right?
Hmm.
You have to right click on solution.
That you have to tell whether I clicked on solution or I clicked on this. You have to tell. This is
Solo.
Project.
On project file,
The project.
you have
if you
Project
select
name.
on solution, you will get projects.
listen. Don't give the application. It is application. It is project. So to application, solution is nothing but application. To solution or application, you should add only projects. If you want to add one more project, you have to select this. You can observe new project. Whenever you are adding a file, any file, you have to add to the project. To application or solution, you can add only projects because application is a collection of projects. You can observe project. But whenever you want to add any file, you have to select the project. Project. This is project. And here now you can see you cannot add a project to project. Okay, right. So I selected not solution, I selected project. Right now, Girish, now my project has how many
Yes.
classes?
4.
4. By default class file is what?
Program.cs.
And we are added how many class files?
3.
What are they?
Class1.cs, class2.cs, class3.cs.
And program.cs. We are
Yes,
added
that's
class files. By default class file is program.cs. Now you observe. Right. Are you getting voice clearly, all of you? Oh, okay. Now you see. You have class files. You take a class file. First, let me take a class1.cs, first class file. In this class file, I am defining one class. Okay. Now you see. Integer, not required even though. Yeah. There's a keyword partial class. Partial class. Now I'll give you one question here. Then it is easy to understand this example. When we will go for partial class, when we will go for partial class, when we will go for a concept called partial class. Answer is whenever we want to work multiple resources on single class. Whenever we want to work multiple resources, want to work on single class. For example, uh, you are developing one multimedia. We are working on a multimedia class. Multimedia class. Multimedia class is a big class. It has large amount of functionalities. So single resource, if it will work on that class, then what will happen? It is not possible to complete the project. That's why three resources are going to work. Resource 1, resource 2, resource 3. Three resources want to work on single class and called multimedia. Their class name is multimedia. One resource is working on a functionality called video recording. Second resource is going to work on audio recording. Third resource is going to work on image processing. But three resources are going to work on which class? Class name?
Multimedia.
Multimedia. Class name is multimedia. Let's say I'm writing as M. Okay, but three resources want to work on the single class. That's why we can split these three single class into three class files. C1.cs, class file 1, C2.cs, class file 2, C3.cs, class file 3. C1.cs class file can use by this resource. C2.cs class file can use by this resource. C3.cs class file can use by this resource. But in this class file you have a multimedia class. In this class file you have a multimedia class. In this class file you have a multimedia class. See, three resources are working on single class with the help of different class files, because they need different functionalities in different locations they are working. So that is possible with the help of a concept called partial class. Let's see how it is exactly. You see, now same example I'm implementing here. Resource 1 is going to working with the help of a class file called class1.cs. Partial class multimedia, partial class multimedia. Okay, so she is working, this resource is working on video recording, defining a method, internal void method video recording. Some logics they are implementing. Let us assume simply message console dot writeline video recording is calling. Video recording is calling. Okay, now you can observe same, you are define the class as a keyword called what? Partial. And resource 2 is working on say other class file class2.cs, and class will be same class. What is the same class? Same multimedia class. Multimedia class. Here functionality is audio recording. Audio recording is calling. Audio recording is calling. Okay. Now class3.cs, third resource, is also working on same class file, same class, but class name file will be different. Class name will be same multimedia, but functionality is method name is image processing. Image processing. Image processing is calling. So now you can observe totally you are defined how many classes?
Three classes.
Class.
One class.
You defined only one class. Why you are not observing properly? Huh? Class is only one. What is the name of the class? Multimedia. Okay, but it is splitted into how many class files?
Three.
Three class files. First class file name is second class file class2.cs, third class file is class3.cs. Okay. Now you hear video recording functionalities, audio recording and image processing. Now I want to call these methods from the main method. Main method is there in the other class file somewhere else. Now I need to create objects. So how many objects I have to create to invoke these three methods?
Just one.
One object.
Object, but
Or three objects. You need to create
One object.
One class.
one object.
One object.
To create one object. What is that object? Object for which class? Multimedia class.
Multimedia.
Okay. And we need to give access modifier. I think I forgot. Public. Let's say public. Let's say public. Okay, access modifier. Now go to class name. Right, 1 minute. IntelliSense is not supportive. Yeah. So class 1, class 2, class 3. Okay, we'll create a separate application. One more important question is, what is the default access modifier of a class?
Public.
Default access modifier class.
Right. Right.
Huh?
Internal.
Yeah. Add new item. Recall it. Default access modifier class is, what is that?
Internal.
Internal.
We discussed, I think. Default access modifier of a class.
Internal and members will be private.
So you got it. You see, you got it. Actually, don't require to give private public also. Why? Because default itself is what? Default access modifier of class is what?
Internal.
Internal. In that system, in that
Internal.
application, maybe application IntelliSense is not supporting. You don't require to give public here. By default, it has internal. And you are also internal scope is within the
Project.
project, right? Also, you are in the project, so you don't require to give public also not required here, right? Add and one more class file. I'm just re-implementing the application. That application is not working. That's why we are re-implementing. Second class file is, what is the method I said? Audio, right?
Yes.
Audio. Audio recording. And here audio recording is calling. And we need to add one more class file. Click add new item. Class 3.cs. One more class file. Yeah. Even though partial class, and third method is image processing is right. Yeah. Right now, same application I re-implemented. Okay. So how many class files? 4. Among these 3 class files, we use it to define a class called multimedia. Class 1.cs, class 1.cs, class 3, class 2 audio. Class 1 means, I think here we have to write video recording. Right. Video recording is calling. You can see class 1.cs. Right. Video recording. Same class multimedia. Class 2.cs. Multimedia class. Audio recording. Class 3.cs. Multimedia class. Image processing. Okay. Now multimedia obj equal to new multimedia. How many objects we have to create?
One class,
One
One.
only.
one object.
One object.
One. Only
How can
one.
we get that?
Because it is a single class. Obj dot, you can observe. All the methods are coming. Video recording, obj dot audio recording, obj dot image processing, console dot readline. Console dot what is it? Readline. Over. So single class is splitting into multiple class files. The concept is nothing but partial class. The concept is nothing but partial class. You can observe. Partial class. Okay. Whenever you go to Windows Forms or ASP.NET, complete concepts are partial classes only. You take in ASP.NET application, if it is open, you can check now. Your ASP.NET, your web page classes, in classes, all classes are partial classes. Now, new project, ASP.NET web application, web form. Now you can see ASP, even though you can also open simultaneously ASP.NET application, open ASP.NET application, all of you. Okay, after you open ASP.NET application, you can observe the web page, web form 1 dot or else default .aspx .cs. Your ASP.NET application is created, Solution Explorer, and here you have some web pages. If you are getting confusion, do one thing. I'm adding one web page and new item. I'm adding a web page, web form. I'm adding a new web page is added to your Solution Explorer to your application. You can observe web form 1 is your web page file. In this, it is representing with one class file. The class file name is aspx.cs, webform1.aspx.cs. If you will open this class file, you can identify one class called webform1. That webform1 is a partial class. Means every ASP.NET web page class is a partial class. So that we will see at the time of ASP.NET. Just for example, I'm telling you. Final conclusion is when we will go for partial class. Whenever we want to work multiple resources on single class, we will go for a concept called partial class. Okay. So that is about today this concept. Tomorrow we will see, tomorrow lengthy topic we will take. Lengthy topics are exception handling mechanism, assemblies, multi-threading and collections. Tomorrow first we'll try to complete exception handling mechanism. If exception handling mechanism is completed early and a small last half an hour, 20 minutes if we have, we have 3-4 small concepts, enum, structure, indexer. Those we will try to cover simultaneously. So very important classes. Last C# classes like exception handling mechanism, assemblies. Assemblies are nothing but developing our own libraries. Till the time you are using predefined libraries like a system, you can also define your own libraries. That is called assemblies concept. Next level concepts are there. Okay, thank you very much guys.